On our first day of touring, we made our way to Beit El, or Bethel in English. The name means house of God, and got its name from Jacob, but Abraham had also encountered God there as well. Upon our arrival, they took us up a tall water tower. We were able to view all around, and there, Aaron Lipkin, a known tour guide in Israel who specializes in archaeology, spoke to us on the significance of this particular site. You'll get to listen in on a little bit of what we had heard.
Anyway, so let's go back to the external scroll of Genesis. What is the external scroll of Genesis? It's a first-person description of the stories in the book of Genesis from the heroes of the book of Genesis. In other words, when we go to the part that we refer to in Genesis 12 and 13, in the external scroll of Genesis, we see Abraham talking in first person about his experiences, about his feelings. And when we read that and we get to the portion that talks about that promise that God gave Abraham, the external scroll of Genesis gives us an exact pinpoint location of where that promise is given. Okay? It says the follows, and I'll try to bring it from my memory. I was dwelling then on the mountain of Bethel, and it grieved me that Lot, my cousin, departed from me. And then God appeared to me in the vision of the night and said, "Go up to Chatzor Heights, which is to the north of Bethel. Lift your eyes into the distance and see the land that I will give you." The next day, I climbed up to Chatzor Heights, and God appeared to me and said, "To your descendants I will give this land. They will inherit it forever," etc., etc. So, we have a clear indication, a Jewish tradition from 2,000 years ago, at least, because they copied those scrolls from centuries ago, that the place where Abraham stood when God promised him the land is Mount Baal Chatzor, Chatzor Heights. It's called in Genesis. And for me, as a Jew that lives on the slopes of the mountain of promise, that I could call it, that's a very exciting thing.
Our next stop, Jacob's Rock. Not too far from Beit El is where Jacob had the vision of the angels ascending and descending on a ladder between heaven and earth. This is found in Genesis 28. There are many things in Scripture that occur at Beit El, including King Josiah destroying a pagan altar. This site had been home to a Christian church at one time, a mosque, and many ancient burial sites. But to be where Jacob received the promise from God that his descendants would inherit the land was by far a sense of being on holy ground. Verse 7 of that chapter says that Jacob laid his head on a rock before he fell asleep and dreamt of the ladder from heaven. When he awoke, he called that place Beit El, house of God, and he anointed the rock on which he slept. Rabbi decided to try out the rock as a pillow, and he was thankful for the one that he has.